Hello, everybody, and welcome to Poland Daily Travel. Hope you're having a great day. It's good to see you. As usual, you're looking well. In the studio, I have the inimitable.
Is that a word you're still struggling with?
Well, you told me to say it.
I never tell you anything. Even if I do tell you things, you don't take any notice.
I don't remember.
You don't remember.
Like an Irish setter. It's in one ear and out my mouth.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, but actually, that's what Hemingway said about gossip. In one ear and out his mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's supposed to be in one ear and out the other.
Thank you.
That's the joke, right?
Yes, it is, yes.
In one ear and out the other.
I think the whole point of comedy is if you have to
mouth.
explain the joke, you've kind of failed before you start.
Why do you think I made a mistake there? By explaining it? Listen, maybe I did, but let's correct that mistake by going straight to your top 10 list of things to do in the summer in Poland. Top 10 list. Number 1 on the Nicholas. We can start with 10 if you want.
It doesn't matter. In no particular order. Windsurfing.
What?
Windsurfing.
Windsurfing.
On the Hel Peninsula, particularly around the villages of Chałupy. Because you have the geography, you have the Baltic Sea on one side of the peninsula, but you can do the windsurfing actually in the bay on the other side. The water is very shallow, much warmer than the sea, and it's a very good play. You go there in the summer, hundreds of people are.
Do you need a wetsuit?
Not in the summer, necessarily.
Not necessarily.
I mean, I tend to wear one because, it's just
more comfortable.
Just more comfortable, but a lot of people don't. It depends how often you're going to fall in,
then you're prepared for all
eventualities. But no, that is very nice. Actually, it is one of the best places in Europe for windsurfing, and particularly if you're starting windsurfing because the water's very shallow.
You think it's one of the best places?
I repute it for people who windsurf. I don't windsurf often enough to be able to.
I know that it's popular.
Speak with any degree of sort of.
And you're a big windsurfer.
Well, on summer holidays.
That's interesting. You guys are very exciting. Craig Smith was in the last installment was talking about sailing in Missouri. I didn't know he sailed, but he has a license. Yeah.
Well, you have to have a license. If the sail is over 75 square metres, I think, or something like that, you have to have a license. Unlike the UK, where you can buy a boat as big as you like without a license.
Yeah. So we would say that. Okay, let's say another thing would be sailing. But, and in the Missouri lakes, for example. Okay, how about bicycling?
Yeah, I was going to say cycling is very good, but increasingly in Warsaw,
that's my favorite.
Example, particularly in Warsaw, there are more and more cycle paths. It's very nice. You cycle along down the river, stop for a glass of refreshment, continue on your merry way. That's very good, actually.
Actually, you can cycle along the Vistula.
Yeah, just to go out to the Hel Peninsula. I mean, you can cycle from Putsk all the way to Helsk, which is the whole length of the peninsula. It's about 50, 60 kilometres.
Yeah, that would be nice.
And you cycle, most of the path is by the side of the water. That's very pleasant.
Or you could go down and do the Eagle's Nest, Trail of the Eagle's Nest.
Yeah, there's a lot of, increasingly cycling is becoming very popular in Poland. Cycling is becoming much more popular in Poland.
Oh, it's huge here.
And there are some nice places to cycle now.
Yeah, I can remember there wasn't much cycling. I used to cycle around, people would look at me, odd.
Yes, well, that probably...
Why is he on his bike? It may not have been just...
That probably still happens, of course.
Oh, my goodness, Nicholas. Giving me a hard time. That's 3.
That's 3.
What about walking in the mountains?
Walking in the mountains is always very nice.
Where do you like to go?
Well, I haven't actually done much walking in the mountains, to be perfectly honest.
No, I have. I like to walk in... all the mountains are good, but the Bieszczady...
Bieszczady is sort of not forgotten area, but a bit more off the beaten track.
Around Zakopane is very good, too.
Yes.
So walking the mountains. What else we got?
What can you do in the summer? I mean, the same thing you do in the summer most places, just be outside.
Yeah, I would say...
I mean, one thing you do see in Poland, which you don't see in a lot of other places, people swimming in rivers, which is quite nice.
Yeah, swimming,
There are places where you can actually go and swim in nature.
Well, you can in Warsaw, too.
Yes.
There are beaches. I was just out filming.
The Vistula, though, is not a particularly safe river in which to swim. There's some strange currents in the Vistula.
Yeah, you could just sort of wade in. You wouldn't really want to swim there because it's odd. Has odd currents.
Not because if you like nightlife.
But the lakes.
Yes, in the lakes
there are
very
lakes
nice.
all over Poland, everywhere you go.
Those areas are very lovely, actually.
Yeah. So it's more of a lake country than a sea country, actually.
It is. Well, the coast relatively is quite short, given the size of the country.
Yeah, perhaps, but it is, okay, it's longer than the coast of Georgia, for example, which still has a substantial, 110-mile beautiful coast, Georgia in the United States. So it is longer than that. But I would say golfing.
Yes.
You do a lot of golfing in Poland now, or tennis?
The golfing has certainly improved. There are more courses than there used to be.
Yeah.
I think probably under the old regime, golfing was probably considered bourgeois deviationism. So there probably wasn't much of it.
Going to the Działka. What's a Działka?
Well,
and
Działka,
grilling food.
Yes, the Działka is well, I suppose the rough translation would be allotment, but everybody says have a Działka, which is
allotment would be British, but Americans probably wouldn't understand that.
No, so it's
just
sort of a little
summer
bit
house, say.
It's summer house essentially,
Summer house,
with
maybe?
a bit of garden somewhere,
Yeah.
some sort of basic.
Both within the city
Yeah, within the city and outside.
And almost everybody seems to have one.
Yes, and
Yeah.
they have these huts, or some of them are actually quite lavish houses, and they go there and they have this great obsession here with barbecuing food.
Barbecuing's huge. You'd think it's just in America, but it's not.
No, even people you see
Yeah.
in Warsaw, people in their flats on their balconies will have griddles in the summer.
That's right.
There seems to be some
Exactly.
sort of totemic significance of having your food.
How about walking, going for just a
Walking,
walk?
yeah, and of course lots of nice woodland, even in the cities. You know,
And I was just doing a series about parks
I remember,
of Warsaw, and it's a lot of fun.
it is.
really
Warsaw is
just to go out.
remarkably green. A lot of people don't
Yeah.
realise how green Warsaw actually is as a city.
Yeah.
And there are some very nice urban parks and an urban woodland even, which is sort of more extensive than a park.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I've seen in some of the parks here, even wild deer in the Bilani forest. One day I was
Yeah.
cycling through and I actually saw a deer.
Well,
which
there was a moose running about
yeah.
in Warsaw, and they have a wolf pack that lives
And
out.
occasionally you see
in the forest, too.
the wild pigs, or
What?
wild boar as we would call them.
There
Occasionally,
are a lot of wild boar.
that sort of take
of wild
advantage of
pigs.
the
Dziki.
Yes, have been taking advantage of the lockdown to sort of wander into urban areas.
Yeah, well, that's the case everywhere. But
Yeah.
there's so many forests close by that you do have a lot of animals, as you say, deer and wild boar, and the wild boar go out on the golf course here on the.
And even
in
the
Reicha,
even
lot.
in my tiny suburban garden, I mean, the bird life is actually quite good.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
suddenly we have woodpeckers, something you don't normally see in suburban gardens in England. I've never seen a woodpecker in my parents' garden in England, for example, and they live in the countryside.
Oh yeah, we get those.
and so some quite,
There's
yeah.
one in my house in Virginia.
Yeah, so that's
It's,
actually quite nice. So that's actually good. So yes, I mean, in the summer in Poland, being in nature is very, very
And I was-
attractive.
being in nature, and another one, just meeting your friends and hanging
Yes,
out.
I mean it's very nice.
Yeah. Is
and
also good.
you're still in the nicer weather to sort of, and hopefully we will be able to increasingly as this summer wears on, just do something like sitting out.
No, I was out the other night with people, but we were, you know,
in a town square, we're
Not
watching
so
watching
close.
the world go by with a glass of wine or something like that.
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, or down by the river. And I think what is quite interesting about the nightlife here in that sense, you know, you and I have been down on the river last year, for example, last summer,
In
and
the
those,
summer,
those
yeah.
bars,
Went with some
lots of
colleagues,
people, but
yeah.
there was actually no aggression, no threatening
Very
feeling.
peaceful.
Very peaceful, even late at night
Yeah.
with people drinking alcohol. Now,
Very
you
relaxed,
you
very
go to a lot of
peaceful.
other European, and I'm sure the same in American cities,
No
on a
aggravation.
Saturday night where there's a lot of alcohol and a lot of people, and it's not peaceful. There isn't a sort of peaceful atmosphere,
It's very
which you
laid
get,
back.
which you get here.
So we
which is very
recommend
nice.
going down by the river
Yes.
in any of the cities, actually, or
Exactly.
waterfront in Gdansk, or river in Wrocław, or river in Warsaw, river in Krakow, you know.
Well, there's
All
something
those
very
cities.
appealing about water.
Szczecin, for example,
Szczecin,
another little gem. Okay, that's enough. So that was almost 10, but not quite.
Not
I think it was
quite
about 7. Okay. Perhaps you have 3. Write in and tell us. Hey, if you like the show, like us on Facebook, YouTube, what else? Ring the bell, do all these things. It doesn't take you very long, but it means a lot to us. As I said, you're looking well. Stay fit, stay happy. See you on the next thrilling installment, Poland Daily Travel. I'm Will Richardson with Nick Richardson.
No relation.
See you next time.